Somewhere beyond the recesses of time and space, two podcasters are set adrift in a machine, picking up transmissions of movies that are forgotten but not gone.
Welcome to Movie Memory Machine 5-4, the mini-series where we bring you 5 films thematically related to the film we're talking about on the main feed. I am your host, Landen and Truman, joined always by my co-host, Truman Caps. Truman, are you ready to go down the rabbit hole of the skeleton key?
Landon, I am ready to unlock the doorway of the skeleton key, which leads, presumably, to a rabbit hole that was less exciting than I would have wanted it to be.
Well, okay, maybe these 5 films that the machine has pulled for us to talk about in light of the skeleton key will get your goat a little bit better.
Yeah, or my rabbit, or my skeleton. There's a lot of different metaphors going on.
Whatever animal you want to sacrifice to the gods.
What's the most gettable animal? Is it a goat? Is it a goose?
Probably rabbit.
Probably a rabbit. Is a rabbit gettable, though? I mean, they're fast.
Yeah.
A goose can fly.
Around here. I mean, I can walk right up to rabbits here.
Oh, look at Snow White over here, just communing with nature. They keep their distance from me. They know what I'm about. They know you're a vegetarian. That's what's it. That's what's
maybe
going
that's
on.
it. Maybe that's it.
Yeah.
All right. Are you ready to go into our first film?
Yeah, let's go for it.
Bum, 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 bum.
It is I Walked with a Zombie. I have heard of this movie, and I have long thought that it would be a clever name for a tiki bar that also serves stir-fry wok food, but I don't know what it's actually about.
The movie. You don't know what the movie's about, or you don't know what your concept for a restaurant is about?
Oh, no, I know exactly. No, my restaurant concepts, of which I have many, are dialed right the fuck in. I know exactly what I'm doing there. Tell me about I Walked with a Zombie.
All right. This film is problematic, but I mean, it's from 1943, and that is right in the pocket of EC Comics, actually right before EC Comics, but this era of really fetishizing exotic belief systems, lands, and putting white people in danger by, putting them around cannibals and undiscovered tribes and that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
That said, and that said is not forgiving any of it, but
yeah, you fully endorsing.
This film is part of a series of films from RKO Pictures, produced by Val Lewton, and they are, I think, some of the most influential horror films maybe ever.
Okay. In what sense?
Well, okay, the jump scare comes from a film called Cat People, which comes out 2 films before this in the kind of chronology of the films he was doing at RKO.
Wow.
He was given really exploitational, sensational titles like Cat People, Leopard Man, I Walked with a Zombie, and expected to kind of deliver on the Universal Pictures style of horror films.
Yeah.
But given free reign to go, as long as you have a sensational poster and you use this title, you can kind of do what you want to within the budget that you're given.
That is the dream, isn't it? Like, the money men are there to give you 2 parameters, and then you just go nuts.
And, like, they really... There's a lot of... This is in the Criterion Collection, and they go into the writer a lot on the special features, talking about how he immersed himself in this culture and is trying to do something a little bit different than your average EC comic where someone ends up with a shrunken head by the end of it. This is actually trying to explore the kind of existential horror of what happens when you're under hypnosis or zombified, and it pokes a little bit at colonialism, but not in like a 2025 woke bay kind of way.
This movie from 1943 didn't really have a searing indictment of colonialism, I guess.
I mean, it does more than anything else that would deal with this subject.
Yeah,
but it's not like taking down the man.
It's not. It doesn't have our 21st century understanding of power structures and hierarchies. Yeah, that good for it for going any of that distance.
Yeah, and so this is just it's a short movie, and it's a very atmospheric piece. And I think between the atmosphere and the kind of problematic nature of what it's dealing with, in that, this is dealing with voodoo as opposed to hoodoo, and not knowing the difference between those, like, it shares a lot of that DNA with Skeleton Key.
Okay, all right. Well, probably a scarier thing. Maybe has more jump scares than Skeleton Key, since this seems to be when they were invented.
All right, let's move on to the next one.
Oh, The Others. Nicole Kidman in this, right?
That is correct, yes.
Yes, I remember this movie coming out and everyone saying, "Oh shit, this is actually quite good," but I did not see it because it seemed scary. The thing that I am mad at Skeleton Key for not being is the reason I didn't see this other movie. Tell me about The Others.
So if the Skeleton Key was actually scary, you wouldn't have seen it, and so the only way to get you to see it is to have it not be scary, but then that makes it not good.
They call that a CAPS 22.
The Others is a movie that is drenched in gothic tropes. That I think Skeleton Key attempts. It's not Southern, it's New England, but it follows Nicole Kidman. She's protecting her kids, and there is a twist at the end of this movie. It's not a body swap, but it is something equally like, oh, that's a different take on that. The trailers, the marketing materials for this movie were very terrifying. But this is one of these movies that, like, not every horror movie has to be this, but the ones that can do it and do it well enter into a different realm where after you watch it the first time and be scared by it the first time, the next time you watch it, you can't see it as anything else but a drama.
Yeah. I mean, well, and I feel like, again, I have a limited pool of horror movies that I can pull from, but something like a movie like The Shining at this point, having seen it so many times, it does to me feel way more like a family drama than that is a movie about abuse and addiction than it does a horror movie. It's still scary, but I think of it so much more in the, like, about what's happening between the characters rather than the horror of the film, because all the scares I know when I'm expecting them.
Yeah. I highly recommend The Others. It's in the Criterion Collection. Did I say that already?
You may have, but say it again. It's in the Criterion Collection.
Go in the Criterion. Yeah. Okay, let's move on to the next one.
Oh, well, Get Out. I mean, and that's me saying the name of the movie and not me telling you to get right out of here.
Is Elaine Bennis in this podcast?
Yeah, a hearty shove across the machine. Yeah, so I mean, this is a movie that involves kind of inhabiting bodies. This is and consciousness being switched around. This is a movie that is about race and racism and the way that plays out. Am I in the ballpark? Am I in the neighborhood?
Yeah. You've seen this movie, so I mean, I think you can elucidate as well as I can.
Yeah. Oh, I'm elucidating all over the place here. I mean, but yeah, I mean, it's also a movie that has. I mean, it is a movie that is certainly it's a horror movie. Certainly, it's not a horror movie that really turns heavily on jump scares or anything gross or outright horror. It's about frightening psychological concepts, the feeling of being otherized, but both the feeling of being both otherized but also being tokenized within a situation. I mean, I certainly can't speak to being a racial minority, but I think they layer that very well with him being the only black guy in this situation visiting his white girlfriend's family, with also just the awkwardness of you are the only one in somebody else's family situation. You are outside of your environment. You're kind of on and you have to be performing the entire time, and you don't really get what's going on around you.
Yeah, absolutely. It plays in that world better than Skeleton Key does, obviously. There's no evidence of this at all. I kind of feel like it's possible being a horror fan, Jordan Peele saw a skeleton key, and whether it lived in the back of his mind or not is like, yeah, let's tell that story correctly.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, we don't need to try and like co-opt some other like faith system or belief system or something like that for it. It's just creepy, weird white people mad science shit going on.
Slightly like yoga moms with herbal tea.
I gotta just say, Allison Williams, by the way, I am a huge fan. She's really great on Girls. I don't know that she's good in everything, but like she's so great in this role. And I also like I don't love the movie Megan, but she's very well cast in Megan. Oh
my God, we're gonna fight after this episode's done.
Oh, wow.
I'm a huge Megan fan.
I mean, I don't dislike Megan. I just don't know that it really deserved as much hype as it got. I mean, again, go off, everybody. I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. I don't watch a lot of horror movies. I just
Truman,
like... What?
Get out.
Stop it, you. What's the next movie, you scamp? Stir of Echoes? What the absolute fuck is this nonsense? I've never heard of this.
You've never heard of Stir of Echoes? Interesting. Okay.
Stir of Echoes? What the hell?
This is Kevin Bacon you're looking at.
Oh, really? Oh, yeah, okay. The larger version makes sense. Yeah.
The from 1999, directed by David Koepp. This is another one of those like investigative horror. I feel like this one goes a little harder, but it has some like flashbacks or visions. He gets hypnotized by Elena Douglas and starts having all these like fucked up nightmares about a girl, but he can't let it rest, and he keeps peeling back the layers of the history of what was happening here, and until he gets to the real story. And at the last minute, it's a like, well, I don't want to ruin it, but I think that it's got the same sort of investigative horror vibes, which is a very specific thing.
Yeah.
I don't even call it a subgenre, just kind of a mode of operation for horror films.
Well, yeah, exactly. It's not so much that you're a passive participant and things are happening to you and you're being chased by them or you're trapped in them. It's like the protagonist is advancing the story by trying to get to the bottom of a thing and then getting in over their head.
Yeah, which, The Ring, I think, is a very good example of investigative horror as well.
Yeah. That's why I should never investigate creepy videos or, really just don't investigate anything supernatural. Just leave the questions.
Don't investigate.
Yeah, just don't investigate at all. Yeah, just...
I mean, there are a few things you should probably investigate, but not movies. In movies, if you find yourself in a movie, you don't have to investigate anything.
If you're in a movie, you've got bigger fish to fry than whatever the actual plot of the movie is. The plot of your movie is now, how do I stop being in a movie before the credits start rolling and my existence ends?
Right. Okay, let's move on to our last film, shall we?
Yeah, let's do it. Oh, Bride of Chucky. Wow. Well, this hurts, and you did this to hurt me, Landon. Folks, longtime fans of our previous work will remember that I once shared in a moment of vulnerability that as a child I was so terrified that Chucky would eat my feet at night if I took my socks off in bed. So I would sleep with my socks on all the time, no matter how swelteringly hot it was. It's not like I suffered necessarily. I mean, that's not like the worst thing that can happen to a child. And also, it speaks to probably other stuff going on with me. Anyway, Landon putting Bride of Chucky in front of me is clearly a diss, and it will not go unremarked upon. Why? What has this movie got to do with Skeleton Key?
It's the machine that does it. So any beef you have is with the machine.
Right, of course. Yeah. I'm going to internalize that. Yep, going to remember that and never get it wrong again. What is the deal with Bride of Chucky vis-a-vis Skeleton Key?
Well, Chucky, the very first Child's Play, is a body swap movie.
Oh. God,
and a body swap for immortality movie. Bride of Chucky is also a body swap movie, but he's bringing his sweetheart with him.
And is he trying to find a sufficient body to swap her into?
I've seen this movie many times, and I actually cannot remember if... Okay, so Jennifer Tilly plays the girlfriend here.
Mm-hmm.
In live human form for the first part of the movie, and then she gets body swapped into a doll the way that Brad Dourif got body swapped into Chucky.
Okay.
I can't remember how they come across the doll body of Jennifer Tilly, to be honest with you. I remember when she dies, she gets electrocuted in a bathtub. And then is she just resurrected? I honestly don't remember.
Huh.
I can't answer your question,
I guess, hey, everybody, watch the movie. Find out. The ultimate jump scare is finding out what the movie actually is.
I really enjoy this movie. The Child's Play series is all over the place, but this is the first that like understands the campy nature of it and doesn't try to just be a slasher film. It tries to be like incredibly goofy.
They didn't understand that at first. The first like murder doll movie, they were like, no, we're playing this straight.
Kind of. I mean, not to this degree. After this movie, Seed of Chucky, a movie that I deplore, is legitimately like a John Waters film.
Oh, okay.
John Waters appears in it as a character, but like that's
That
the
tracks.
vibe of the movie.
Yeah.
This is the bridge between like I think those first three Child's Play wanted to just be like a weird slasher by having it be a doll, and like understood what it was, but didn't lean into the comedy of it as much beyond like Chucky just being a wisecracker. This movie, like the movie itself, is funny and goofy.
Okay. All right. So this movie is kind of like blazing the trail that then Megan would walk later, where it's like this movie's a little goofy the whole way through.
This is like what the new Final Destination Bloodlines vibe is.
Okay. Well, again, a lot of reference points that I can't really clue into here because I also haven't seen the Final Destination movies. They seem a little too scary and a little too gory for me. But all right, Bride of Chucky, I'll take that. That seems like it's body swapping to get back with the lady you love, which is more or less what Skeleton Key winds up being about at the last minute.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I had to get a body swap movie in here. I mean, the machine did. So,
I want to make a comedy about a swap meet where there's lots of like really kind of just like raunchy humor in it, and it's just called Body Swap, like BAWDY. It would be amusing for me when I looked at that poster, and it would lose a lot of money, but I'd do it.
Here's what I suggest.
Okay.
You sell that idea to a graphic design company so that they can make the post. They can mock up the poster and put it in the background of an actual movie.
That's how that works. They license dumbass movie ideas from other people so they can be put in the background of like a 30 Rock episode.
No, they just get hacky writers' ideas to put on the sack lunch from Seinfeld. Like that's the vibe we're going with.
Okay, no, that's a brilliant idea. If I ever meet any hacky writers, I'll let them know. I obviously am a genius who only comes up with good ideas.
Totally not what I meant.
Flawless premises every time, and all of my restaurant concepts, as I've stated, are the best.
Oh my god. Just getting into murky waters here that I don't intend to be in. Let's end this episode. That puts a wrap on Skeleton Key. Join us here in the next episode for our next film. Until then, for Truman Caps, I have been Landen Solano.
And for Landen Solano, I've been Truman Caps. Get swappy with it.
Movie Memory Machine is part of the Gruntwork Podcast Network. Join our Patreon at patreon.com/gruntworkpod to keep the machine running. Theme song by Porky's Groove Machine. Rate us on Apple Podcasts or wherever you listen. For more information on today's show, visit moviememorymachine.com.